My birthday is in 2 weeks. I am so freaking excited. And as I approach 75, 75, 75, as I approach this, well, I'm going to talk about some things that maybe are difficult to talk about because I now have decades of experience, decades of connecting to the divine. And if I don't speak out, speak up, hey Holly, hey Meg, about these things, then when am I going to do that? So today I'm going to talk about how women's training is bondage. So first of all, we're going to be clearing a little space here for this conversation. And please feel free to comment. I would love to know what you think about that. I've been talking a lot about the training that I had as a young girl and the expectations that were laid on me from the moment of conception. All of a sudden I'm someone's child where I was not before. So let's just take a moment and place your hand or your hands on your heart and take a nice deep breath. Because I have this idea, hey Lorraine, I have this idea that today, this very day, what we can do is we can break these chains that bind us. We can do this. And so, just 1 second. I get so excited. So, we have been trained up, and Lorraine and I were talking about this earlier today, about our training. Is it our biology or is it our training? And, nowadays, happy birthday, Meg. So nowadays, you can know what gender your child is. So you begin to think about raising that little boy or that little girl in certain ways. And Lorraine and I talked about how girls do dolls and boys do guns, and how that was different for her. And so we talked about disconnecting from the nourishment that's available when you look at yourself as a full-bodied being. You have a feminine side. To me, I think about that as the left side. Ideas, thoughts come, we pass them through our heart. If it has heart and meaning, then our warrior side, our masculine side, comes up and takes action. Now, in a fully integrated person, and I like to think that I'm getting there, in a fully integrated person, hey Verge, I like to believe that the masculine and the feminine is in balance, so that the training that you had, I got it really good on account of I became a nurse after high school. We were told that we were handmaidens to the doctor. Hey, Thomas. So one of the doctors was real aggressive about getting up close and personal to you. And the story goes that he had taken one of my fellow student nurses into the broom closet. Now, I'm going to be 75. So we're talking 1965. So one day I'm sitting there and I'm taking notes. I'm doing my notes after my shift as a student nurse. And he comes up right close and he rubs his leg up and down where my thigh is. And I reach up and I grab the back of his knee. Now, he can't say anything, because if he says anything about it, everyone's going to know what he's doing. So he is in a predicament. But You don't need to let people mess with you. Oh, Herbal Lady Lynn, thank you for joining me. So today I'm talking about the training that you've had all along, right until this very moment, as a matter of fact. We're training ourselves all the time. But the early training that you had that said it's okay for you to get 87 cents on the dollar for what they pay a man. The training that you had that said barefoot and pregnant, we can drop the chains that bind us. And when you do this, you have the ability then to go, how do I really want to behave? How do I really want to show up? Because in case you haven't noticed, I'm going to use the cards today, but in case you haven't noticed, this is the end of a karmic cycle. What's going on in the world right now is ending this karmic cycle of this way of thinking. And notice down here, the corpse. So we have been in this way of thinking for a really long time. It's time to shift the paradigm. It's time to drop the chains that bind you into being a good girl, into being quiet, into not interfering when you see things that you know don't resonate with you. So let's have a sip first of all. Oh, Canada, there we go. Let's take a moment and have a sip and sit in our ability to actually be the star of your own life. That karmic cycle where we needed to be submissive, where we needed someone to protect us, where we needed all of those things, it's not true anymore. So let's create a new paradigm where our partnering comes from desire. It comes from a heart opening. It comes from truly knowing ourselves and giving ourselves permission, per my mission. And so it's a good day, Meg, happy birthday. It's a good day to reflect on that. And it's even better day to show up for spiritual manifestation masterclass tonight. So how is it that your training taught you to be like you are? What part of it, what chains that are binding you are you ready to drop? So that you become irresistible to absolutely anything. And you attract that with no shame, no blame, and no guilt. Well, I gotta tell you, 75 spins around the earth in a couple of weeks. Holy moly, I'm so excited. So it gives me permission. But don't wait for 75 spins around the earth to speak your truth, to say what really is on your heart. Let's change this world. Let's change the way we act. Let's care more and worry less. Think about this. If you replaced all the worries about how can I pay the rent? What am I going to do about this? Bobby doesn't want to go to school. You replace that with, I wonder what I could do to care enough to offer, to accept that what I'm offering might take a little movement. And you notice, I don't know if you do notice, but I rarely stand still. You know, I'm not a sitter. But those chains that are binding you, if you, and I don't right now, I'll be totally truthful, I don't have everything that I desire right now. So those chains, watch me drop them. So you're going to see some full-on me, because I think it's time. I don't think it's time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Do you know, 20 years ago, I was part of Women of Wisdom. And that was the mantra. And 20 years have gone by, Women of Wisdom. We're all wise women. I had a journey, pardon me, I had a journey the other day. And we were all standing on the beach. We all rolled up our pants. We all held in. We all held, I'm excited again. We all held hands and we all walked into the water. A long line of us on the beach. Letting go. Allowing the sweet water to wash over us and take away take it away, take it away, take it away. All right. So it's time for us to all collectively step into the place where we recognize and honor that we are the high priestess of our lives. As a woman, you create. It is in your body. Now, whether you use it or not is irrelevant, but that creativity, it's right there in your second chakra. Right down there in your womb. The seat of all humanity lies right there. So let's break these chains. Let's stop the idea that we need to be good girls or we'll be called effing bitches. Own that. It's okay. And if you've never been called that, then for heaven's sakes, break those chains and get called that. Step up. So, if you were a man, they would call you brave and they would call you assertive and they would call you all of that. But if you're a woman and you demand the same things that are freely given to men, like the right to govern their own damn body, the right to vote, the right to have multiple partners, all those rights, if you want them, take them. Stand up. Speak up. Because today's the day. And why wait for any more to go by? So I'm going to shine golden white light of love in every drum beat to open up our throat chakras, to open up our hearts, to speak up when we see things that are not right, to stop thinking, yay, Meg! So, class. Let's master this. It all starts with a simple action of showing up. So let's do this together. Let's celebrate birthdays. Let's celebrate the deep knowing that I am good enough. I am lovable. And dang if I ain't even capable. And let's stop deluding ourselves that we need more of something. That if only this, well, the time is now. And the day is today. So let's learn how to spiritually manifest. I'm going to show you 8 ways to do that. So that when you leave, you'll have some footsteps toward success. Beautiful, intelligent, tantalizing, cunning, helpful as bitch. Right on. Yep, let's go get called that more. All right, so step into the place of the high priestess. You know, I allude to punching. You know, punching isn't going to get it done. But notice she has her foot on her emotions, which means they support her from underneath. That she relies on them. You know, your feet are one of the most sensitive parts of your body, except for your private parts. And so she relies on the emotions from underneath her to bubble up. She sits with an equidistant cross on her heart, connected to the divine. This is the beauty of women. She also sits with pomegranates around her head, abundance, fecundity, you know, wolf abundance ceremony. She also honors the full moon, the waxing moon, and the waning moon on her crown. She holds the Torah, the book of wisdom, on her lap. And she allows things to flow. She sits between the 2 towers of good and evil, duality. Notice she's not leaning in one way or the other. She sits in the middle. And I believe that that's the truth. There is no duality. There is no right or wrong. There's being in your center, in your core, aligned, giving yourself permission to do whatever the F you want, to become absolutely irresistible and attract anything you want with no shame, no blame, and no guilt. Don't go tripping back. Oh, if only this had happened. Doesn't matter. It didn't. Here we are. And I believe that when we break these chains, and this devil card is a perfect one for you to meditate with, for you to journey with. How do I break the chains that bind me? Well, hang on to this heart, put it to this card, put it close to your heart, and do a little meditation. Because the deal is, this is the end of the karmic cycle. It's done. It's done. There is no life left in it. Now, let's breathe life into it by becoming the star of your own life. Give yourself permission, per your mission, to create the most beautiful life you can imagine. And create this before solstice on the 21st. Write it down, collage it, get it in your mind, envision it, see it, feel it, taste it. What would it feel like? You know, I have this vision of being in Greece and I'm teaching yoga. And it's this beautiful infinity pool, and it's all white around it. And then there's white lounge chairs. There's 3 or 4 people there, and I'm teaching a very small and intimate, because that's how I am. I'm small and intimate. And I'm teaching a very small, intimate group of people. And this vision has been in my head. It'll be 50 frickin' years, because I started having this vision when I was 25. No, that's not true. Oh, hasn't been there that long. I started having this vision after I learned about yoga. And this vision is continually in my head. So get this vision in your head of how you want to break these chains so that you're no longer living bound by society, handcuffed to societal rules that aren't working. Didn't work, aren't working, ain't gonna work. So what's going to replace those? Well, after you become the star of your own life, then you go even deeper and become the high priestess, where you attract anything you want because you sit with a heart that's connected to the divine. You sit with wisdom on your womb because you're the creator. And so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to drum it up. We're going to love it up. And we're going to create a new world. Because you know what? We say so. So start speaking your life into creation. Tell people about it. Show them. Get them out pictures. There was an ad a couple years ago that I saw at my friend's house because I don't have a TV. And I took a picture of it because it was very similar to where I'm going to teach yoga in Greece. So get ready, everybody. Start saving your money. We're going to Greece before I'm 80. So that gives you all 5 years. So can you envision that? Oh my God. Can you envision us being in Greece? Can you see the white building? Can you see the infinity pool so that it looks right out onto the ocean? Can you feel the cool breeze but the hot sun? Can you see yourself in one of those white lounge chairs with some kind of lovely bevy? So, do you see how I imprinted you with my idea that now you can see that vision and you can see me there? And the power of that is infinite. So let's help each other build our dreams. Let's become irresistible. Let's understand what our true essence is, which is infinite creativity. And let's send some golden white light of love out there on every drumbeat. Do it with love. Okay. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you for being here too. Let's bring it home. Love. Awesome. Okay, so 14 days and counting until my birthday. Unbelievable and terribly exciting. And so let's so I give you a little challenge. Can you find and break 2 chains by my birthday? Find 2 chains, 2 things that are holding you bound to an idea of you that isn't truly you. And then here's what we're going to do. Remember the devil card with the chains? Okay, if you look at those chains. Those people could easily take them off, but they're choosing not to. So what I'm going to do for us is I'm going to make it easy. I am going to turn it upside down so those chains drop away. So imagine as you find them, And you will, because now you're like, oh, I wonder what I'm chained to. As you drop them, just bend your head over and let them fall off. It's as simple as that. It's called a front forward bend in yoga, and I get my yoga in all day long with little tricks like that. So, woo, we're going to give away some love and get some. Okay, energize your hands. Place your hands on your heart. Touch yourself. Nice. Okay. And I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. I open freely to give it away, give it away, give it away. Embrace big bowls out of your hand. This is the accepting part. All right, because before you can embrace something, you must accept it. So now we're in that accepting mode. And look, this is very similar to being a goddess offering. So now we're going to accept and embrace all that the universe has for me. One last time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. So, namaste, aho, bliss, and in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Thank you for watching. Oh, beautiful little hearts going there. My heart touches out to you, and by all means, drop the chains that bind you. It's not serving. So, masterclass tonight at 7, registration. Lorraine, will you pop the registration in there for me? And I'll see you tonight. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Love ya.